Get elite real-world performance for your desktop PC with 10th Gen Intel Core processors. If you're looking to game, create, live stream, or stay productive, 10th Gen Intel Core processors deliver an optimal balance of frequency, cores, and threads to handle real-world usages. Get enthusiast-level performance with an Intel Core i9 processor, up to 5.3 GHz clock speed for peak gaming performance and content creation workloads. Or for competitive gameplay and content creation, choose an Intel Core i7 with up to 5.1 GHz clock speed to handle your demanding applications. The Intel Core i5 processor with up to 4.8 GHz gives you a seamless AAA gaming and entertainment experience. And with up to 4.6 GHz clock speed, the Intel Core i3 is a great fit for everyday tasks and productivity. If you're looking to push your system even further, get additional performance headroom with unlocked 10th Gen Intel Core processors, supported by Intel's advanced overclocking controls. Bring elite, real-world performance to your desktop PC with 10th Gen Intel Core processors.
When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge.
I am on that side. Yep.
Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that.
What are you thinking about Oregon today?
Oregon. We've seen Rens play Oregon before. That was against Silex last week. We haven't seen Rebels play Oregon. We saw them play Clubhouse, I believe, last week. Did we see that one? Yes.
Correct.
They were Clubhouse last week. Rens on Oregon, and then they played Clubhouse 2, I believe. Their second game. Yeah. So I'm just trying to do this all by memory. I don't have any notes written down for any of this. So I'm trying to go off memory for
That's
who
all right.
played what. But if we look at the standing at the moment, because we have that updated for
We have
this
that now, yes.
and accurate for this stream, we got Quacked up the top, just ahead of Viking Army that has the wrong symbol on them by 1 round is the difference. Rens following close behind with just the 1 loss and the 1 win. But because it's Quacked v Viking Army off stream, that if Rens take it, they could jump up.
Yes, things will change. Things will change today, and I think having one week down, everything's going to change. The standings is not going to look anything like this by the end of it. As you said, unfortunately for the top 2 teams, one of them is going to have a loss by the end of this week. They're going up against each other, so things will change. If Rens come out on top today, they might be able to be bumped up to first, depending on their rounds today. The game is starting right now. We're getting the girls into the band phase. Here we see the beautiful Oregon, which is no longer as beautiful with all the graffiti on it and the deadly bombs. But here we will see Rens and Radical. The other week we saw Rens play a lot of vertical in Oregon, through using the hatches, using at least 2 roamers on every site. I think we'll see a lot more of it, but since it hasn't been banned out, do you think Rebels might have a counter to this?
I'm not sure if if Rebels have some sort of counter, or if they're just going to rely on their droning and rely on their, I guess, due diligence to work out where these roamers are and shut them down a little bit more effectively than we saw Silex do last week. But if Rens have sort of stepped up and done that extra bit of extra little bit of work on this map, then we could see a bit of a different game coming from them.
Yeah, that's very true. No Nomad ban, which I tend to think that we'll see a Nomad on Oregon. Very common pick in competition Siege, and with the roam game that Renz has been seen using already, maybe Rebels wanted that still on the board. So far, we've got rid of Ash, Thatcher, and Cade, so there's heavy reliance on walls and keeping them closed, but with the Cade ban, more of a mute bandit sort of usage coming out today, and an Echo ban as well to finish it off. It's very Echo's very powerful, but didn't expect that. I'll be honest.
Echo's an interesting one to see. Apparently, you might be muted.
No, I saw it. It's all.
It's all good.
All good. Yep.
All good. Okay. I was just getting a message saying that one of us is muted and neither of us are. We'll start the first round. Looks like we're going top floor, kids' dorms.
Just on a completely separate note, I don't know how I feel about the operator icons anymore. With a new update, we'll see a lot of new changes, but those operator icons do confuse me. I love the new change if you can see what people are up to from this view, from this beautiful observer view. So when defenders are dead as well, we can see if they're on cams or if they're spectating another person. I think we'll get a lot more information from our point of view, and it'll help analysts out and viewers fully understand what's going on. It's going to be very exciting. Angry Wolf already taking some damage from impacts. Oh, yep, from the rotate hole, I believe.
Was that an impact? That almost looks like she's been hit by something like a frisbee, or couldn't have been an evil eye, but not an evil eye, a black eye. But it looks like she's already been hit by something. The amount of damage taken off looks like it could have been bonked in the head with a frisbee or something like that.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it was just Renz saying happy birthday to her, as it was Angry's birthday a couple of days ago. So this is her birthday week. So I'm sure she's going to come out winning both games this week. That's how that works, I'm sure. Cortari already getting Weasel taking out the Ash very early. I'm not sure where that was from, but
that was so quick. I think we're still trying to work out where exactly that was from.
It looks like the door was opened small tower. I think it was a run out from small tower door.
Could have been.
Onto outside of lobby. That is a nice shot and a great advantage already given to Renz.
As we say that, the attic wall is going to be opened by Mystique on the thermite. Rotating down and just putting some pressure onto that player in attic. Holding that kitchen angle now, waiting to see if any of the Rens are going to try and go up that back way for a flank. Angry Wolf sitting in attic, being pushed now by the Zofia, who's not sure that she's there. Downs takes out 2. Angry Wolf still there, taken out by a C4 from Angry, who's just sitting there. Sneaky. A little bit of a calm now. 3v3. A little bit of a gunfight goes down by Garage. And Sporky dipping out of there for now.
I think the lull is of impending doom for one team. I love seeing it. We know 1 minute left on the clock. There is going to be a push. All defenders back on site. The Vigil roam is no longer a threat. I think the Nomad is stopping that rear stage flank, which does help out here. The attackers have a drop down, but Kid's wall has been reinforced, not allowing any control from the attackers unless they waste a thermite charge on it. But the open door from Qatari will allow all prevention from that, I should say. And this
Nomad
is the first time I've been. Sorry.
Nomad caught there with the laser out, but manages to get it off and get away with her life there. Aussie Ash on that Nomad there, swinging, coming from Angry, looking at that doorway. Smokes go out, that blocks the line of sight. Cortari gets another one. Sporky taking out the last two and finishing up that round for Renz.
That was a very solid round there.
It was a good play by Renz there and holding it out just that little bit.
Yeah, each push they just fell back a little bit more. I thought that Zero might have got a foothold with the double kill in Attic, but as you said, you know, we had the Valkyrie Angry staying calm in Attic, not showing her position, using the C4 to get the kill, and then putting more pressure to fall back.
I think it might have been a pre-placed on that hatch.
Oh yes, that actually.
I think it might have been a pre-placed C4 on that hatch because I didn't see it thrown. It just sort of appeared and went off.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah, that it does check out. I'm not too sure. I might want to go back and have a look.
Checks out.
It does check out from what I've seen, but
check that out in the VOD, guys.
Yeah, I might need to go back because that is interesting.
Do it after the stream.
If it was no checks in meeting, because if meeting was secured by the attackers, then that C4 would be gone. There's no use of it whatsoever. And I interrupted before, but I was very excited. That's the first time I've seen the holographic death displays instead of bodies now in Siege, because I haven't played the new update yet, but it's very interesting. I don't know how I feel about it.
I like the holographic displays. It means there's no longer that client-side body getting in the way of your final shot, and there's no longer someone deciding that, this is a good time to go prone right in a dead body and get the angle that they cannot see.
Yeah, from a competitive standpoint, 100% it works every single way that it should. You know, there's been many times, I'm sure everyone's experienced, where you just shoot definitely what's an open area and just blood splatters. Now Weasel getting the first kill on this time instead of being taken out very early on. Meeps, that means no more magnets for Renz. And we saw right there, Meeps straight onto the cameras with that new information that we have in Observer View. Now, a bit more of a lull after that first pick. Everything does seem to slow down, that's how this works. Sporky's still off-site.
Sporky going for a long flank here. Probably going to try and rotate down Freezer, or going to try and catch these two in Laundry off guard. Calls will be coming out. Meeps on the cams.
The angle from Weasel and Allura. Oh, the movement. I think they droned out the stairs, so they know someone's down in Laundry, but still going to push it quite aggressively. Angry Wolf having a close angle too.
Sporky sneaking up menacingly from behind as well. The Jackal ping goes out to the player on Washing Machine. There goes Angry Wolf, taken out by Weasel. Sporky gets shut down. Good flank watch there by Allura.
If you saw Allura's health after that, I think Sporky got the jump on Allura, but Allura just managed to get a flick. I'm not too sure, but Allura was almost on 2 HP there. Burner Bear holding ground in Freezer.
Mystique pushing around pillars. Not sure if Cortari knows where exactly she is. Gets her. That's Diffuser down in the pillar's doorway.
All up to the Nomad on Aussie Ash. See a lot of Rebels watching Ash's point of view as well. Still has one air jab, I believe, in the back pocket, but has to take.
No air jabs in the back pocket.
Oh, not anymore yet.
2 flashes, and there is a drone somewhere left around. 20 seconds on the clock. Not much time for the drone if it's not close enough. Smoke Babe's coming out, taking the swing, misses, and Cortari shuts down the round, ending the chance for the Rebels to come back.
Ren's going very strong already, 2-0. Something that I've noticed, and I'm quite surprised, is they're not playing as they played last week. Last week we saw a lot of vertical play. Every site there was the hatch open, you know, for basement. We had attic hatch open, and there's been less of that so far.
I
We
think-
still have roamers, but less vertical player. Maybe to throw off rebels off their game.
I think another big change is the bans. I think last time we had the Jackal ban.
That is true. Yeah.
And that would be big in terms of playing that vertical and playing that more aggressive roam style. Would be having that Jackal banned. You're more comfortable to go and do that.
Very true. We have seen the Jackal a lot already, and I don't think that's going to change. We saw the pick on Laundry to take out the mute, I believe, very, very quickly, which has been very helpful, but still hasn't been able to result in a win for Rebels, for a round win. Now this is defender sided, as most maps are in Siege, but the Rebels do want to try to scrape away a few rounds off Friends here. If any round's going to do it, let's hope it's here for them. Here we're seeing Dining and Kitchen, which is common for an upstairs hold, but it really depends what sort of hold we're seeing here. We have a Rooney on Burner Bear, which worked last round very well, but in a very different situation, holding downstairs in a nice closed off corridor.
Starting with the roam clear here, Mystique being straight onto that drone, opening the window and just making sure that that small tower is clear before pushing her way in there. A lot of droning happening from the players on the Rebels. Angles being held all over from Rens. Everyone holding. Rebels needing to take that little bit of ground. Once they take that first little bit of ground, it opens up for them.
The push into Master undergoing right now. All the drones are in position. The Zofia and Jackal pushing in together. Jackal's checking for footsteps. Going to take out any roamers. Sporky getting Jackal tracked with no way out. Attic having to
Wallbang coming out.
Wall.
Wallbang coming out and just doesn't quite connect. Opening up that top C4 angle. Not quite making the distance for the throw through the doorway. It was on target, but just not quite enough berries in the throw to get it the distance. Both players.
Really appreciate your terminology here.
Use of berries in a throwing motion. We all love a bit of fruit in your overarm.
Sporky able to finally get the kill from Attic, but quickly traded out by Alora. Meeps.
And then Alora taken out by Meeps, who comes back for the retrade.
Bit of back and forth, but still the advantage going to Rens right now. With a 4 versus 2, Toxic Babes going out from Cortari.
Plant's going down.
I don't
Plant's
think
going
they
down
know.
in behind the couch. Sticks it, and then gets shut down.
Almost immediately.
Shut down almost immediately. It was well done for getting the plant down. But unfortunately, the Rens just shutting it down. And that 4v2 really was the undoing there.
Yeah, the roam game on Rens last week and this week has been phenomenal. And if you're unable to clear out those roamers and get the foothold where you want it, then the rest of the round is going to fall. The anchors are just doing the job, wasting time while the roamers do their job. And you might get the roam, but after you took out the roamer on Attic, the Mozzie, it was already a 4v2 at that point. Back and forth trades, everyone helping out each other until they could all fall back to site with a man advantage and just wait it out. It was a good attempt getting the plant down, getting the post-plant situation going, but at that point it was a bit too late. There was only a few places for the attackers left to be, and if they weren't there, then the defenders could just hide on site. We're seeing a Frost here now, a 6-pick onto the Frost believe. So
Mm-mm.
might see some welcome mats coming in to play. Some downs from there. I'm very excited. I enjoy seeing Frost played. I very much enjoy it.
Frost is just a fun operator. Frost is just always fun. Not necessarily when you're playing against the Frost. Playing as the Frost is always fun.
It's very true. No matter what the situation, you can be in a 1 versus 5, and there's no hope. And as soon as you hear that Frost mat, just the leg getting absolutely crushed.
The shot of serotonin.
Yeah, it lightens up your day, and you can push through anything at that point. So I think if we manage to get any downs from the Frost mats, I will be ecstatic. And Weasel getting the first pick again onto me.
And that's Frost.
Again. That is the Frost. Hopefully the mats have already been placed, all 3, so we can see some Frost action here, because it's not going to be with the gun, unfortunately.
Sporky once again on that Z roam there, and disappearing back down into Freezer, and never to be seen again. Well, hopefully to be seen again later in the round, but not by the attackers is the hope here, as the vigil from Sporky going back up the laundry stairs.
Sporky got droned out in that exact same position before.
Sporky takes a pick onto Weasel. The Ash no longer in play. That's a couple of charges that are no longer going to be used.
I believe some of the charges were used from the window, from classroom window, to get the jammers below a games room.
Thermite's in, looking at opening that wall up. And the wall looks like it's going to be breached. That's the first wall open for the top site. But now, Mystique is stuck in that little closet there.
Little bit of friendly banter going up from Weasel.
Just missing that. You can't miss that time. Aruni coming out with the Jackal ping, holding that angle and just missing the Jackal entering the room. 4v3 now, everyone just holding angles, waiting for someone else to swing, someone else to push.
Drones going out in the final 30 seconds to gather that last minute information of the defender's position. We've got 2 smokes left on Thermite. Jackal Track's trying to get rid of the Aruni, but Sporky's coming up that main stairs up there, taking out the Jackal, pushing forward through into taking out. And that's Sporky shut down by Mystique on the Thermite. Mystique now in a 1v3. Looking for anything. Both smokes go out, covering the angles as much as she can with them. Starts to plant. Gets shut down by Burner Bear, who was hiding around that corner the entire time. Jackal pings, not going to move. Smokes go out, not going to move. Just going to sit there and wait. The confidence there. The confidence of, you
the
know,
pose,
I know,
the presence, the power.
I know my team has my back here. If the main door was peaked, then they weren't able to get her. If the breach was peaked, same thing. There's going to be a trade at the very least. At the very most, I should say, actually. The confidence of just holding that position and knowing your angles are covered, because the smoke didn't cover that corner. It was a bit of a last minute smoke, so you sort of put it to as much as to cover as much as you can, but you know, there was a very unfortunate situation to be placed in with the 1v3. But we'll be seeing basement again, and not a lot of lineups changing, not a lot of adaptation, I believe. We're seeing the Habana, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we're seeing Habana. So there are some changes happening, but not a lot, which I think is why Rens can sort of do what they're doing without any issue. Is they know what's coming, they know what's being thrown at them, and they don't have to adjust. They can just play the way that they're ready to play. If there was a bit of 6-pick action and a bit of alteration in the lineup, a bit of adaptation in the pushes, there might be a bit of hesitation on the side of Rens, but so far the Rebels have been playing right into Ren's hands. Again, defensive side of the map, but you do want to take away a couple of rounds from them. And, you know, Rebels still have that chance, so let's hope for their sake that they're able to pull that away.
It's been a very confident game for Rens, I think, this one. There hasn't been a lot of shying away from gunfights. They've been just taking them and making sure they take them. Rebels making a push now from big tower side, but another 2 coming in from that small tower. Looks like we could be seeing a freezer and pillar take for this site. The Habana going to be used to get some of the hatches. Zero Prince getting the first pick onto Meeps. And there, once again, is no more magnets.
Meeps, that's 3 rounds in a row being the first pick as the Wamai. Sporky just missing the shot on the Habana, I believe.
Sporky just missing the shot on the Habana, and he's called out for that. Burner Bear, once again, just holding that angle, not moving for anything. Must have heard that drop there. No, nothing, but gets the kill anyway. That flick onto the Zafir from Zero Prince, shutting that play down.
It's a very confident play from Zero there. Not many people would drop there, as once you do, there's no way up. There's no, you have to show yourself one way or another. I think they must have had drones ensuring that pillar was clear. Sporky, again, the roam game on Sporky, just able to pick people off one by one. I was going to say without consequence, but there is the consequence on Weasel.
About to curse that there.
Yeah, the punishment in form of Weasels using the R4. Was it R4C? No, it was not. Never mind. Excuse me, it was the G3. Which was a great gun. And does all the damage that you need to do. You got Ash coming down laundry stairs, and Weasel already holding the angle onto
the freezer. The players rotating around now to try and get that diffuser and make that last little push. The new pickup mechanic there, confusing Aussie Ash a little bit. You have to press a button now to pick up the diffuser, so there's no more, the Ash accidentally picks up the diffuser and runs into sight. That doesn't happen anymore. You have to want to pick up the diffuser.
I really need to play on the new season. It's been a while, but
I really do.
We'll get there. 10 seconds left.
Laser going out once again. Holding these angles. The swings have got to start happening. One playing on that shield close by could be lining themselves up. That's a C4 goes out. Can't quite pick up the diffuser and plant it in the one motion anymore. That Nomad body went flying.
It really did. It just...
Some of the new ragdolls are awesome.
Oh, I don't think we saw any smoke canisters come out either.
No, they still had the full denial from the smoke.
30 seconds of smoke canisters with 3 seconds to go.
Overkill much?
Overkill. Hey, it worked. They didn't even need them. The C4 was all it took. Again, there is a bit of a difference. No Vigil on the defense. We're seeing Legion on Sporky instead. We might see a pause here. No, just know my pain. Okay. Weasel having through the game.
Having trouble with sounds right now.
And that is a hero right there. No rehost, no rejoin, just everyone else know how much she is suffering right now. And still going well with the going positive and stopping the roam game last round specifically. Really put them into a position where they could have taken the round. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way, but it was a good effort from Weasel. But I'm curious as to why the change of heart for Sporky, bringing out the Legion rather than the Vigil, which has been absolutely mental today.
Could just be getting a little bit more of information, knowing where that second person is that always seems to just finish her off. Gets that first pick, and then the second one appears. Having that little bit of more information might actually help there.
I think you're right. It looks like Meat and Sporky setting upstairs for a vertical hold. Legion is crucial for the information to know which side they're pushing from. If attackers are pushing upstairs at all, allows Sporky to be in multiple places at once. Now
Burner Bear taking some damage from the bottom of White Stairs. That White Stair window having an angle on it from, I believe that's Zero. Just looking into sight there, having a geeze, having a gander. Not really seeing much right now. There was a little bit of fire traded earlier, but Burner Bear just holding that position once again. Just a new position, new corner to hold, and having that confidence to just hold it.
That's exactly it. After all, she's playing defense. They have to come to her. I got a little bit confused when you mentioned Zero. I thought there's no Zero in this. There is a Zero in this game.
Yes, Zero Prince. No Sam Cams out at the moment, but there is a Zero Prince on that Zafia. Still just at that bottom of White window there. Rotating around to the small tower and small tower stairs. Small tower firmly in control by Rebels. Peeking angles. One playing on the shield. Kotari takes down Zero on that Zafia. And the best chance of getting rid of that shield for now is gone. Ash gonna be left to carry the torch there. Just missing onto the Thermite. Smoke Babe goes out, blocking off that rotate. Breach is open by the Thermite tricking from above. Mute not quite being able to stop that. Cortari with another one onto Weasel. There goes the Ash, and that shield looks like it's just going to be staying there.
A lot of pressure coming in very quickly from Rebels. The walls open, a lot of gunfire being traded, but unable to take the kill. Bernabet just holding the ground. Doesn't need to do anything else. Taking picks. Tiny little bit
of health there on Burner. It's just all settled, and it's just Aussie Ash left holding the torch, trying to make something happen. And that's it. Flawless round to finish off the half from Renz. Cortari.
Aussie Ash and the Pickle Rick charm unable to convert.
Cortari, however, just having an absolute banger of a game.
I'm very impressed with the setup coming out from Cortari and the rest of the team. We're seeing the FMG9 on the smoke, which isn't commonplace in a lot of situations. You want to have shotguns for rotates. The SMG11 is fast enough and powerful enough to do the job, but it doesn't have the range that the FMG9 does. So bringing the Aruni, I believe the Mute had a shotgun as well when Mute was in play, and a lot of impacts for the rotates is what they've opted for, and it's been working for them. Cortari able to hold off every attack. The Zofia, the Ash, just everyone else from small tower with the FMG9, a shield, and some good aim. Honestly, it was a spectacle to watch. I'm a believer in the FMG9. I reckon now.
You don't need to be more accurate. You just need to fire more bullets.
Of course, the more bullets you fire, that's all you need.
But Cortari has been accurate with that as well, going 11-0.
11-0. I didn't even realize it was that much destruction.
I just thought I'd point that out there.
That is a strong statement to make, and it's only halftime technically. If Rens take this round, then it will be a clean sweep. But if the Rebels switch, this is again, as I've mentioned a couple of times, it's defender sided. So on the upstairs hold, we do have a nice angle from Weasel from Armory into Master. But we've got the Roam with the Mozzie already in an engagement.
Already taking out the Zafia. Sporky, first one to fall, Zero Prince on that Roam. Now disappearing back down Freezer, which is a common common roam strategy to waste time. You disappear down into those new freezer stairs. They're not new anymore, but down those freezer stairs and you're gone. You disappear into the night.
Well,
Opening the wall there from Maverick, opening that wall, making it soft, got it done. Little pixel there from Mystique, taking out Meeps, just on the tiny little bit of the Maverick hole there. Grenades coming through.
I think that was a pre-fire.
It could have been.
Could
have been.
Because the tightest of angles right there. And I think the
Weasel
Maverick
going
hole,
down from Burner Bear on the IQ. That gun being incredibly powerful. Main wall is open now. Claymore trying to be put out there. Falling off that angle. Wrens now finding themselves in a 2v4. Zero Prince taking out Angry Wolf on the Thermite. Cortari now taking one out in Mystique. Going for that second, gets lit up. 2v3 now, both on the opposite sides of the map, dropping down that meeting hatch and going to go push a different way. Burner Bear doing some drone work there, waiting for Cortari to rotate up. Cortari takes out another one.
Cortari doing heavy work with that rifle so far, and just any gun that's in her hands. Taking the long angle from Trophy, where there is one Dorms, but they're just holding. That's all Rebels have to do, is hold and waste the time. Only peek until they have to.
13 seconds remaining. There's got to be a plant going down. There it is. Cortari planting that round the foosball table. IQ going down from that attic door swing. They know exactly where it is. Cortari taking out that triple. Just can't quite finish it off. Aussie Ash handing Cortari her first death of the game after a triple.
Wow.
And that was a good hold. Messy, but good hold from Rebels.
It was well executed. Push separately at the end when the plant has to be going down. I thought Cortari, after that shot into attic, might be able to pull it off, but the push from Ash, just bringing it into close proximity where that gun is just much better, is all you need. So as you said, handing out Cortari's first death and giving Rebels their first win. Now we'll be going down to basement with a different strategy than
Six
Reds.
picks coming out. Mirror and a Jackal. Both of the Spaniards 6-picked onto.
They will never suspect the Spanish.
The Spanish Inquisition.
They will never suspect it. I'm not sure the Jackal will be a huge impact with this lineup, as there doesn't seem to be too many designated roamers. We might see Weasel on the Wamai going off site. But with the two vectors in game, you want to hold it close. You want to turtle a little bit. Those things are bullet hoses, and they are very destructive when you're close enough to them.
Having a look at Allura with the pistol, might be running the MP5K, which is more of a roaming style mute there, not really setting up those rotates.
That's very true. I think you might be right there. Shotgun pistol is unheard of, to be honest. So I think we're going to be seeing the MP5K here. Come on, Allura, switch. We want to see this. I don't think she will switch.
The primary. After the primary. What's the primary? Because it can't be that pistol.
There it is. There it is.
MP5K. On the black ice as well.
Now she's just showing off.
She is.
Oh, you got a black ice the other day.
I did actually.
I'm very happy for you. It was over 100 packs opened and you didn't get one, so you deserve it. You deserve it.
120 packs with about 30 duplicates in them. Most of the duplicates being purple and above.
I enjoyed that.
I have no luck.
back into the game. Almost a minute already gone. The drones clearing out meeting, and we have Zofia and Jackal already pushed all the way up to white. Very quick pushes, and just clearing out any roamers. There won't be any footsteps since I have not seen anyone go off site yet. It will be, as I suspected, 5 on site. There it is. There's the turtle. Just holding ground. So 2 minutes
One's
left.
in freezer. Looking at getting that angle on there from Sporky, just swung by 3 of them at once. Weasel moving through that hallway, rotating into that freezer position.
It was a good confident rotate onto the hole in the wall right there, the headshot hole. As you know, you're not going to suspect a complete rotate to re-peek, but the double peeks really helped out there. Meeps able to get the kill though, I believe from the same spot, refragging Sporky, and now able to scan some footprints and maybe even push down.
Looking at those other swing points, seeing if you can get just an angle onto, I believe that's the smoke there,
I believe
the
so,
outline. Trying to see what outlines are what without the names on them. The Goyo playing in that small spot with the mirror, going to be naded. Doesn't
was the mute.
quite happen. It was the mute, not the Goyo. It takes him out. Mute firing through that wall again. 2 of them peeking that. Meeps looking a bit stuck down there.
Getting
Requiring
some assistance
help.
from Burnham there. Just holding angles, waiting for Angry Wolf to get in position for a multiple aspect take. The smoke coming out, so Meep's able to push up past into the door and getting refragged by Zero.
Zero Prince looking very strong on that SMG-11 before being shut down by Burnabear, who's just walked into sight. Angry Wolf taken down by Alora, and Mystique finishing off the round onto Burnabear.
That was a very good hold that out there from Rebels. That mirror onto Laundry was the make or break, I believe. They had the angle to watch Laundry from that angle, and the longer angle onto Freezer to help out whoever was anchoring inside there, which it was perfect for the MP5K, which we established before. We had the 1.5 scope on it, so you could watch the long angle. I'm very confused. That's why we didn't see the SMG-11 on that build, on that loadout, but you didn't need it. Didn't need it from that angle. And right now it's
going out.
6 picks, yep. The Thermite, 6 picking to the Thermite. Very confident right there. Enjoy seeing that. The 6 pick onto Malusi with Mystique. Maybe to slow down the quick rush pushes, which friends are capable of pulling off and enjoy taking large portions of the map very quickly to prevent any form of roaming in specific areas. Get a foothold for their pushes onto site in the last few minutes of in the last few seconds, I should say, of the round. Again, I think we'll be seeing a vertical hold here from Rebels.
10 seconds left
Looks
before
very much like it. Frost is out again to play,
5 seconds left.
so we could be seeing some of those mats come into play this time.
Attackers
Spoke about it last time, and nothing really happened, so hopefully this time Rebels can bring it out and make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like we cursed the Frosts last time, so it's possible we just did it again.
I'm just not going to say anything more about it.
Yes, Frost is out,
And-
and that's just an observation. We don't know anything.
Move towards looking at the attackers, making their push mainly from that main street side and sweeping across the map, taking the control off the defenders from that side. Cleared out garage, moving into big tower.
We saw the drones going through basement, preventing that roam and disappear act that you were talking about before. If you can stop them from disappearing, if you know where they're going to disappear to, then they're going to be either hand you a kill or just not even going to give it to you. Not even going to allow that. The Maverick opening up the wall at the bottom, getting the angle to Meeps, taking out Weasel. That's a Rooney off the board already. All the laser gates are already up, but that's a gun less for Rebels.
A lot of angles just being held here. That wall opened up, or struggling to be opened up there. But it will get opened up. They're through now into that attic and taking that control away from Radical Rebels.
Well, still, even after the death of Weasel, there are still 2 upstairs holding vertical. There's a very dedicated upstairs hold. Zero getting in a gunfight already in attic, getting the headshot through the wall on Kotari. What a way to be taken out.
In comes out from that other side, from the player in the trophy. Jackal ping's going out as well, both players having that intel. Aussie Ash managing to get the pick onto Sporky. Zero still in the gunfight and gets onto Meeps. The Jackal now off the board. IQ in trophy having that fight. Zero just swinging everything. Mystique
Absolutely.
having a lie down and letting Zero do it.
When one of your teammates is destroying that high, that's all you need. You give the calls, you let them take care of it. So
Now
teammates
smoke going out. Looks like an execute coming out from Angry Wolf, who has the diffuser coming down into that, a little behind the pallet. Burner Bear behind to cover. C4 comes out. Deftly dodged there by Angry. Can't quite dodge bullets quite as well as C4's. Drone entirely
5 seconds to go.
on that
Attackers
player.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Looking at the plant now. Trying to stick it and just can't quite stick it. That is 6-3.
6-3, 0 on the quad kill for this round as well. That was almost an ace, and it would have been one hell of an ace if it was. That was a great round from her. Upstairs, there was a lot of spray and pray, but just spraying in the right areas at the right height at the right time, and it worked. There's a lot of pre-firing wall bangs. At the end of the round, the kids' attic wall was obliterated from all the back and forth fire, and it worked.
I wouldn't even call it a wall anymore. That was just a block of Swiss cheese.
Exactly. And every
It's going to be a bit
every little-
drafty.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just the kids' room. It's not
Attackers
not
need to locate and
you know, it's not like it's
defuse the bomb.
master or anything, so it's fine. That wall was absolutely opened up, and we'll be seeing the wall again as we're defending upstairs now, right in kids' bedroom. But it being reinforced this time, not a big draft coming through, just the one for the rotates. Last time we saw this, it was reinforced when attic was lost, forcing the attackers to plant in, or to attempt to plant, either in dorms, or sorry, not dorms, games, or concrete.
10 seconds to insertion.
We'll see what happens here and what the Rebels' plan is with this
5
site, but
seconds
that's
left before
how
insertion.
Brands approach this.
Just looking at that little
Locate and
counter
defuse the
for how
bomb.
many reinforcements are left, and there's still 3 left, so we could be seeing that reinforced up later. Punch holes being opened up by Weasel. Very much a turtling hold now, as there's still 5 on site. There's not that... Well, 4 on site and 0 downstairs. A bit easier to see when half of the players are on that one floor and you're not getting the outline. That drone going to be now belonging to Zero, taking that gunfight and putting quite a bit of damage onto Angry there. Angry pre-firing that little peek side, waiting for Zero to re-peek that.
Cortari just holding the angles in the back, allowing her team to rotate over to her. The common theme we've been seeing is a Maverick opening up a small hole into attic wall, allowing the rest of the team to take the peaks and take the fights, taking the rest of attic control. But right now, it's just Cortari over in Big Tower. We've got 2 outside main window in dorms and 2 outside master bedroom. Another drone going to Mozzie right as I say that. Giving the defenders a lot of
Bomb has been
mobile
located.
intel, which is perfect for them right here. Cortari taking the peak herself and killing Olara in attic, yes. And Mystique also taking out Sporky. Back and forth trades right here, keeping the man advantage even. 4-4 right now with 1 minute 10 left in the game, in the round, sorry.
Now finding those angles. Cortari looking for the angle onto Weasel there. That's just holding from Kid's bedroom. Dipping out of there to go look more for the window, see if that's more fruitful. It's not. Throwing grenade coming in onto Weasel. It's snapped up by an ADS, I think. C4 going out on main stairs from 0. Doesn't quite connect. But some of the bullets do from Mystique, who again gets shut down by Cortari, still playing around that attic side. Double window. Ren takes it out. Meeps.
Meeps getting the final 2 kills right there in dorms. Able to take the round for Rens.
I just saw Ren's and did not even see the name there. Well played. Well played by all.
That final moments of that round, everything just went in the way of Rens. You see that, yeah, Cortari 16-2, absolutely controlling that game, controlling the map.
Zero Prince as well, going the
Yes.
10-3. Both of those star players in this game.
Yeah, absolutely destructive. It was very, very, and whenever the camera went to them, the observer view, it was, we knew we were going to see something great. A big change from what I expected from Rens on the defense. I expected a lot of vertical play. I expected a lot of roaming, but as you said, with the Jackal not banned, it was a bit more closer to home, a bit more not turtling fully, but a bit more of a shallow roam, just disappearing every once in a while, not a complete hold, aside from a couple of rounds defending kitchen from upstairs.
Yeah, and that's what it is at the end of the day. It's just hold your angles.
Yeah.
Play.
Great game right there from Rens. It could, unfortunate in a lot of rounds from the Rebels. It wasn't a complete destruction, I would say. We had a few players which, whenever it was them, they controlled the flow of the game. But yeah,
had some very strong rounds from Radical Rebels. I'm not sure that the scoreline actually says or sums up the full game. It was a lot closer than the 7-3 scoreline does say. The 3 that Radical Rebels won were very convincing wins.
Yeah,
Ren's having a couple of really messy and scrappy wins there. It was a good game. Next, we're back with Radical Rebels, and Grumpy Grapes is coming up. That's
yes,
at
this
8:10.
It's the first time we're watching the Grapes.
I believe so. I think they were on the main stream last week.
Not 100% sure.
Yes, they were. First game.
First game, yes. So it's the first time we'll be seeing them here. They lost that game against Skyfire last week. I'm sure they want to show the streams what they're made of. We'll see a great matchup there. When we get the details about which map, we'll bring it back about them. But yeah, as you said before, Rebels definitely played well. The lost rounds were close rounds, bar 1 or 2. There was one in Meat and Kitchen, which was flawless for Rens, and they controlled the whole round. But there was a few rounds there that were down to the wire, and they just couldn't convert in whether it be a couple of shots or just misplaced drones or a few things here or there. But they shouldn't be disheartened, and I'm sure they'll want to come back. Again, we'll be seeing them on stream. We will we'll see what they're made of and what they'll bring to the table against the Grapes.
Absolutely. It should be a fantastic game. This one was a good game. So we're in for a treat with the Radical Rebels playing again.
Yeah. Woo. Something that we didn't see, and I was wanting to see it, as you know, we did last week, was Flores.
Yeah, no Flores.
No Flores. But, you know, we got to see it last week. We spoke about it a lot last week because he was new. He was just allowed to be played in tournaments and didn't get to see as much play as we wanted. But what we did see in that game was, I don't think there was a round where we didn't see a Rooney, Mute, and Smoke. I think maybe there was a round without Mute, but Smoke and a Rooney were almost always brought.
And when there wasn't a Mute, there was a Mozzie.
Yeah. Which I think is great, especially since we saw a lot more MP5K on the Mute and an FMG9 on the Smoke, because Aruni with her arm just makes the rotates. That's her job. She doesn't have to go off site as much depending on where you put the laser gates. I think it was really, really good to see. The mirror not being banned, excited to see her in play. It was a very powerful positioning. Against
it was only brought
position.
out that once, and it was the 6 pick onto the mirror into the basement, and it really worked.
I'm surprised we didn't see it more, to be honest. With how convincing that round was from that mirror, there was a lot of pushes against the mirror and nothing got through. Maybe would have expected more, but they didn't need. Rens didn't need it. The Rebels went without it, and yeah, that's just how it went. But it was a very, very exciting thing to see. No clash either, my favorite, but I was happy with what I did see. Hopefully, maybe the Rebels aren't fond of clash, but maybe the Grapes are. We'll see. Again, we'll see. Hopefully they bring it. That's all I'm hoping here for.
Bring it. I think we might go to a quick break now and just prepare for the next game.
Yep. We'll see you guys when the game's getting started and get ready.
us, we are all alone. In our lonely hearts, we search for a way back home. They gotta find a way, gotta find a way, find a way back home.
So what you got?
I'm exhausted tonight 'cause I can't sleep. No, I can't sleep. I just lie awake tonight 'cause I can't sleep without you beside me.
Get elite real-world performance for your desktop PC with 10th Gen Intel Core processors. If you're looking to game, create, live stream, or stay productive, 10th Gen Intel Core processors deliver an optimal balance of frequency, cores, and threads to handle real-world usages. Get enthusiast-level performance with an Intel Core i9 processor, up to 5.3 GHz clock speed for peak gaming performance and content creation workloads. Or for competitive gameplay and content creation, choose an Intel Core i7 with up to 5.1 GHz clock speed to handle your demanding applications. The Intel Core i5 processor with up to 4.8 GHz gives you a seamless AAA gaming and entertainment experience. And with up to 4.6 GHz clock speed, the Intel Core i3 is a great fit for everyday tasks and productivity. If you're looking to push your system even further, get additional performance headroom with unlocked 10th Gen Intel Core processors, supported by Intel's advanced overclocking controls. Bring elite, real-world performance to your desktop PC with 10th Gen Intel Core processors.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live again, and Kilo is taking a hint from the chat and cleaning his bed, cleaning his room, making his bed. Finally,
Yeah.
Welcome back, Kilo.
Got a lot of messages saying make my bed, and got told by a lot of people to make my bed, so I did that, and yeah, we're now back from break and going into the second game.
You completely threw me off. So we've got Rebels and Grapes coming up on Villa today, right now, which is Amazing. Didn't think we'll get Villa today.
Villa. One of my favorite maps for one specific reason.
I'm not going to ask because I know the reason. We'll move on to the next point. Commonplaces are AVG. We've got Trophy. I'm avoiding your area completely because I do not want to talk about that.
Trophy and Statuary has the little connecting room that I refer to
Airlock.
called Norway.
We're going to argue about this all game.
It's
Tell you
Norway.
that much. Can tell you that now. No, it is airlock. That is what we're going to be seeing, and that is what we're going to call it. Yes, so
I'll call it Norway out of habit anyway. Regardless of what you want me to say, I'll call it Norway out of habit. And you will be hearing my voice, and you will also call it Norway out of habit. Calling it now.
No, I don't. So yeah, we're seeing Rebels again right now, coming off the back of a loss, which they'll be shattered about. But you know, we've got a different map, and they're gonna want to prove themselves. They know that they can do it. They know that they can take this game. Grapes also, they're coming off a win, I believe, against Silex. Let me double check that. Yep, coming off a 7-2 win of Silex, so they are hyped. We've got the two sides of the coin here. Grapes hyped, ready to go for another game, and Rebels wanting to prove the stream and themselves that they can go home with a win under the belt tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And the Rennes game, I don't think they should really be kicking themselves too hard, because that was, if you missed it, go back and watch the VOD after this game, because it was a really, really good game. A lot of messy rounds from Rennes that they just managed to sweep right at the end there, and Rebels taking the 3 first of their defenses was quite strong.
Yeah. Yep. We'll be hopping into the lobby now, but as you said, they're all close games. I think those are the games sometimes that gets you the most, though, because they're the games the rounds that you think you should have taken, the shots, the decisions that you made at the last minute. So Rebels really want to come back off that. Going straight into the ban phase here. Everyone's ready to go. Everyone's straight into it. Last week we had a couple of technical issues. This week, none of that. We're straight in. Everyone ready to go. The Jackal coming off by the Rebels. No Jackal, which was crucial to them when they were clearing out of the roamers from Rennes. But now they want to be the ones who are roaming. They want to be the power position. And Jackal, the default ban, not letting those walls go down easily from Grapes.
Thatcher out next. Being... You all right there?
Yeah, sorry, I just had a cough. I came back. I hope you didn't hear that part, but we're all good.
No, I just heard you fiddling with your mic for a bit.
Yeah, that was me turning it back on. The mirror ban. Again, we saw that last game, and it was powerful, but a very common ban. Get rid of the Spanish, and you generally don't like to go up against them. But the intel denial, grumpy. Oh, Cass not happy with that, taking away the Valkyrie, which is very powerful on this map. There's a lot of little bits and bobs where you can chuck a camera, especially in Master Bedroom if you're defending Statuary and Trophy.
Zero trying to mute all chat.
A bit used to League gameplay. The Fuse already coming out, already throwing a spanner in the works. Never mind. Cheese just teasing the Fuse. Would have been powerful with no Wamai in play right now. So the Jaegers would have been burnt out. And how many? 5, I think. 5 hockey pucks get shot out. So would have been
5,
very destructive.
Defenders
But the
protect
IQ
your bomb
opted for
being
instead
defused by
on the
attackers.
side of Cheese here today.
Going with a scalpel rather than a cluster bomb.
Exactly. They both do the same job, just in different ways.
One's a bit more precise.
Yes, the cluster bomb, of course.
Yeah. Generally, when you're speaking about houses, cluster bombs are more precise than a scalpel.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining someone trying to reach through a wall with a scalpel now.
You throw enough of them at the wall, it'll go. It'll
I
go
think that
through.
was a C4 rotate, already used by Mystique. Yes, no impacts, no shotguns.
5
So a
seconds.
C4 already used. That's brought them down to 1 C4 on
Attackers are moving
Aurora
out to locate a
straight
bomb and
away.
defuse it.
Possibly a blunder or possibly pre-planned. You don't need too many angles to run this site at AVG, but it is useful to have because you might need it to create C4 holes above. But yeah, that's a bit of a unfortunate situation that they were placed in. I thought I saw a shotgun pistol on the alibi, but maybe
Attackers have
not.
located
Maybe
a
I'm
bomb.
imagining things. As the round is 30 seconds underway, attackers already taken out artistry and into piano now. As the rest of the defense set up their positions.
Still setting up, and it's nearly 45 seconds into the round, and they're just sort of starting to get into their positions. Zero Prince here, playing on the red stairs, knowing there's one in piano, looking for that angle, just doesn't quite make the shot. Fading down that, going for that repeat wallbang, but the angle that Yoshi has just held with that confidence doesn't let that slip to Zero Prince on that Jaeger. Jaeger's now off the board. IQ looking from below to try and get some of those utility bits out, hitting
Electric Claw.
the bars
Yeah,
there.
that electric claw. I know exactly where it is, and it is to prevent anything from happening to it from below. The IQ unable to hit it. It is just in the shelving unit near the bomb, and just can't get it from below. But Ash getting pushed from. I mean,
Yoshi with the
stairs
second
right there.
kill onto the Cade, and that is Yoshi taking no damage in both of those gunfights. Aussie Ash here at the top of main stairs or brown stairs, knowing there's one there from the pre-fire. Weasel, Cass, just getting that kill out. Weasel going down below and taking out two of them. Cass and Cheese, both off the board. Yoshi having an absolute tear with the triple kill onto Mystique. Plant going down now in behind the map table, covered by
Attackers
Toki.
activating diffuser.
All up to Weasel
Defenders
here.
have eyes on the diffuser.
On the
Attackers
Aruni.
need to protect it.
Less powerful gun, but as you say, all you need to do is fire more bullets in the right situations. The punch coming out from Weasel.
Bop in the face.
Broken Nova's nose. That is a cyborg hand.
Yoshi
Quick
going
kill.
down. Weasel on for the ace clutch. Can she do it? No, she can't. Toki takes her out with that ARX. ACOG scope, holding that long angle. Couldn't quite see her.
Oh, very, very close right there from Weasel, but just unable to, sadly, Weasel, no ace for you. Unable to convert on the prone angle. Not the first angle you check, generally a flick kill if you manage to get it, but, in that situation, Toki, you got to secure the kill, so the prone angle, no one's going to judge you there. Apologies going out in chat, but you've got to do what you got to do to take the round. Grumpy still rolling off the momentum of their first game, it looks like, because as you said, Yoshi just walked in and controlled the map straight away. The pick from Zero almost got her through the wall in piano. The headshot almost taking off her head, but moving and changing locations through each ping and each each intel that they got. Really threw them off.
Definitely would have been a very, very interesting point of view to see that from Yoshi's point of view, just matrixing all of those bullets, comes out with all of her gunfights with no health lost, except for that last one with Weasel, where the headshot just ends the Ash's reign of terror throughout the map of Villa.
Yeah. Same setup by Rebels here, and the same situation just happened. C4 used to make a rotate, so not a blunder. And the more I think about it, we have an Aruni with a metal hand that could have made that rotate. So the C4 is used for a specific reason there. I'm not sure why. Maybe it destroys the floor enough for the shield to go down, because the Goyo shield goes down right next to it. Ooh, Grumpy, all five, I believe, going to Master, where Zero Prince lies below that is all 5. Wow, the drones coming out, at least 3 I saw, to get a quick push, to make sure that no area is left unchecked and every bit of that floor is scrubbed by those drones. Already in the map, Cass and Yoshi taking control of Astro and Master, soon Statuary.
A bomb has been located.
Taking through that trophy area, Cass holding that angle onto the cross, being very, very thoroughly droned out by both Nova and Cheese. Yoshi making sure that that long angle onto 90 is clear by the time she pushes through. Cass taking Zero Prince out. I think that was from above.
I think
Zero
that was
playing
Astro Stairs. I think
playing below Astro Stairs,
yeah.
was it?
I think she went for the rotate, the flank, and just got heard or droned out. And yeah, so Cass was rotating to the stairs before Zero got there. So some information went there, some call out went through, and it just worked for them.
Laura taking a tiny little bit of damage from Yoshi, I believe, there, playing behind the bar. Weasel being shut down. Laura taking that trade out and taking out the power player of Yoshi. IQ taking some fire there. Gets traded back out onto Laura from Grumpy.
Right now, it's Cass being the power player, already on site, playing the aggressive angle, taking the site, and on
Cass,
a quad kill.
On the quad, just needs to take care of Aussie Ash, who's hiding here in study, swinging the door, and just doesn't quite make it. There goes Cass. No ace for you once again, and Toki finishes it off.
Denying the ace there. I think that was her goal there. At that point, just making sure there was no ace coming through. That's 2 aces that weren't able to be weren't able to come to fruition in 2 rounds. The fact that Grumpy can actually call that and have 2 rounds given to them, and the only downside is the ace not coming to fruition, is really showing something. We'll be seeing a different site from Rebels, which I think is a good idea after ABG is just not working from them. Doesn't matter what push came out, they just weren't able to get the angles that they needed. The flanks weren't open. We saw Weasel on the first round doing a good flank. It was a bit late. The kill was already taken on main stairs, but something needs to change, and I think the site's a good place to start, and the Rebels agree, so they're switching it up, going to statue and trophy.
I think it's a very good idea as well. It means that more action is going to be happening around that side of the map.
I don't like where that's going, Kilo. I know exactly why you're hyped for that, and nothing is going to happen in airlock, so it's fine. Right now, we're seeing a different loadout for the defense, at least.
They've actually... No, they've castled Norway off.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Aussie Ash on that castle, and there's a frost mat going. Everything's happening in Norway right there. Everything is happening in that Norway room.
Norway.
It's all happening. If we see a frost mat there, you're gonna have to call it as Norway.
Alright, I'll make a deal. If someone hops into that frost mat in airlock, I will give a call for Norway. But as you said, the frost and the castle being brought, which hasn't occurred yet. So very, very interesting tactics. You generally have one holding into Astro, but it seems a bit light on the Astro hold right now, as there's all 5 again pushing the master side, this time pushing into kitchen from below, and Mystique already taken down, I think, from below into bathroom. Yes, that was the Ash, I think.
Incredibly well droned there by Grumpy Grapes to be able to pick that player off the shield. All you need to do is ping the shield and give a cardinal direction of which side of the shield they're playing on, and you can sort of pre-fire up through the ceiling, hit that player, and knock them down. Another player being played, or another
Located by attackers.
Cass getting a pick onto Zero on the Jaeger. Not sure where that roam was, but managed to get the pick.
That's a very good pick. I thought we would see Mystique being taken out there with the low health, but you know, now it's a 4v5 going the way of Grapes, and you know, their smoke, their anchor player is already low, already on 20 health, not able to take any gunfights. So might be a bit exposed trying to use those toxic bait. While Cheese is struggling to get the, I believe that's the Electroclaw?
Electroclaw, yes. The Electroclaw
really
from
tell.
Cade.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Maybe on the other side
Which
of the
I think
wall.
might be on the other side. Yeah, there it is, the realization.
Bomb spotted.
And just can't quite get the angle with the boxes in the way.
Almost.
We got it.
Very excited. Come on, you've got this, Cheese.
Also, the black
Yeah,
ice.
there it is.
Finding it out, but just can't quite stay there with the Cade bearing down.
And
all of that
is
work,
gone.
all of that work though has been for nothing, as Cade had another one in the back pocket. Alora just going to reset that. Go again.
Take two. The claws back up. All of the walls re-electrified.
Second verse, same as the first, except there's no IQ scanner to happen. Oh, there's a frost mat in the closet there.
Just as
Walk
we
in.
were complimenting all the droning that Grapes have been doing, the frost match just goes unchecked. 5 seconds left, and then nowhere in position to plant. Cass just
grabbing
has to push in,
double,
and it is
triple.
working.
Doesn't quite make it.
Time.
Norway not pushed at all, which is a bit disappointing for me personally, but it was a fantastic hold by Rebels
we will
there.
see airlock another time. Since no one stepped in it, no one stepped in the frost mat, it is airlock. That was a nice push by Cass. Cass is really doing work on that Zofia. Unfortunate that they didn't have the diffuser ready to plant. At the last minute, that's kind of what you got to do. You got to push in, throw all the strats out the window, and go for clicking heads. And Cass was just exemplary. I can't say the word. I'm going to put that on a list of things that I can't say. Very good on the Zofia.
Exemplary is the word you're looking
Thank you.
for.
I-
There, Loam.
Thank you.
I didn't want you to bumble through it anymore, but you just
I'm just going to switch.
kept bumbling and kept going, and yeah, just abort that one and go for the next.
I'm just going to throw out the thesaurus, and we're going to start using very good a lot. Because that seems okay. I can say that one.
Bit more simple.
Cass trying to trick the Rebels with the Maverick pick, now 6 pick out, back onto the Zofia, the comfort pick, I believe. We can safely assume for Cass. Going 8 and 2 in 3 rounds. One of the rounds I think was was no kills, because the 4 kills.
3
No,
last.
1 kill.
Yep.
So it's 3-1 for 1, 4, and 3, which is just a sign of warming up. Again, all the Grapes are spawning in the same spot together. Their pushes are unified. There was nothing wrong with the last push, except for timing and, I would say, not droning out the frost mat, but I'm sure they won't make the same mistake twice, considering there is no frost in this round, so they don't have to worry about that.
But they will probably be scared of having that frost somewhere. They'll be checking those angles. They'll be looking down whenever they bolt through windows. It'll be that getting in that head and starting that mental game and really eating away at the Grapes' confidence there. This time, no reinforcements used upstairs on the wall. There's a couple of feetsy holes, couple of head height holes. Castle on the door.
I think the Arunis did a lot of quick running around, making all those holes in all the places that were required to hold upstairs. But Yoshi does not care about any of those angles, pushing straight through. Cass taken out straight away by Weasel. It's very big pick right there. And Yoshi the same. The 2 big players.
Cheese as well, taken out by Weasel.
Every time.
Trying to get that trade onto Cass, and when the dust settles, it's a 5v2 in Radical Rebels' way.
We can see some players on their drones giving call outs. Weasel taking some damage and unable to retreat as Nova takes the angle. through statue wall.
Nova looking for that next player, looking for that refrag that's going to potentially come out from Rebels, but it looks like there's none there. Toki also double peeking some of those angles, ready for that trade, but trades are not what you need to be going for now. It's picks that you need. Trades are just not going to help.
Right here, if they go trade for trade, it's not going to go their way. They need a different sort of push. Now, we've still got the hard breach in play, and 6 flashes to go out for a lot of blinding impact. Habana opening up the kitchen wall from backstairs.
I believe that's the Melusi of Mystique. Needs to quickly vacate that area as a new line of sight has been opened up. That's Zero on the Jaeger, taking out Toki and exchanging most of her health for that engagement.
10 seconds left.
Nova looking for that player, can't quite find it, swings the corner, doesn't quite connect, runs into sight, has crossfire from 3 different angles. Can't quite finish off the round or clutch up the round, but very strong hold there by Rebels.
Good adaptation there by the Rebels. You know, knowing that Cass and Yoshi like to push very aggressively into any area. Recently it's been Master to get control. Having that set up to get the quick frags out really won them that round there. Zero noticeably early on wasn't having a lot of success on the roam, so it took a lot of a more passive role and only shallow roaming when they had the advantage, gathering Zero's first kill of the game. Maybe that's the beginning of the warm-up for the Jaeger. We'll see more kills coming out from there. But we're going back to AVG right now for the Rebels and bringing the same, no, not the same loadout. We're seeing a Wamai instead of the Goyo on Mystique. So a different loadout, different position.
I think someone's listening to you, Alska. Weasel has created that rotate with the punching.
I think yes.
No C4. No C4 has been used making that rotate this time.
I genuinely have a feeling it was for that Goyo shield. And there's the alibi shotgun secondary. Perfect. Thank you, Ash and Weasel, for that. I'm happy now. But no, I think it's C4.
Barricading off Norway there, making it just a little bit harder.
I despise that call. No, I want to do some testing because I think it was for the shield, that Goyo shield. You can't place it in certain spots, but with the C4 you could. And again, Yoshi straight in, almost getting the conversion.
Onto Weasel. Weasel taking some damage there and just hiding back into sheets, waiting for the push that's inevitably going to come out from Yoshi. Cass droning in, making sure that no one's going to be sneaking up behind Yoshi as she holds that piano angle, waiting for Weasel to try and make a reappearance. Weasel, meanwhile, going to rotate back up Astro Stairs, where it is a bit safer than going toe-to-toe with Yoshi, who's just been pretty confident and just very much the, I'm going to push this now, and you're going to have to try and stop me.
I am very sorry. I saw a conversation regarding Norway in chat, and I agree. The call is airlock, not Norway. Just saying.
The call is Norway. It's Norway.
Anyway, we'll see Yoshi droning out herself, which is unexpected for an Ash rush. No longer a rush. The time has passed for that with 1 minute 30 left in the round. Ash taking the first kill on the Sophia, taking out the big impact player of Cass. And that's no more impacts and no more concussions for the attacker side.
Aussie Ash just being picked out by Cheese, who's moving up that main stairs. Red stairs being taken by Yoshi now, unaware that there is a Jaeger lurking just above, taking out Weasel, and retrading. I think it was Nova who just got picked off by Weasel.
Yeah, I believe it was. The man advantage going to the defenders now. With 3-2, with 30 seconds left, and Runegate still up. Make that 3-1 with Yoshi being taken out. All eyes on
comes down to
Toki
Toki now. As Toki swings that 90 to pick up the diffuser, doesn't quite get it, as there is still that button that you need to press to pick it up. Picks it up now, has to push that other laser gate there, which has a player sitting just to the left of it. Doesn't quite see them, swings that door, and that is round over. Round 1, 4 defenders, 3-2 defender side. Round 6.
Yes.
Grumpy Grapes have got to still be happy with taking that AVG off Radical twice in a row.
Yeah. No, there's no.
Can't be upset with that.
There shouldn't be any unhappiness. Yeah, unhappiness. I need to check my words now because I feel like I'm going to just screw up every word. There shouldn't be anything that you're disappointed with on this attacking round so far. Taking 2 rounds on attack in Villa is good. Taking obviously 3 or more is better, but it's not a deficit. As most maps and most situations, the meta right now is defended sided for Siege, but there will always be situations where you can take the advantage on attack, and 2 rounds straight off the bat is strong, so they shouldn't lose their confidence or lose their momentum here. I thought we'd see a Dockerby, but Cheese switching. Cheese just changing it up, always using that 6-pick to fool me and to tease the Dockerby idea, but seeing Ayana instead is going to be good, because we've seen Grapes drone out a lot, and now they've got a replenishable mobile drone that can fool the defenders, so it will be very interesting to see how that's used at this level. The Frost coming out too. I don't see any Frost mats from this position in airlock. Unfortunate for Kilo.
I am shaking my head at you now. It is not
I can hear it.
It is not airlock.
Something very noticeable from Grapes is almost every round spawning together, making that initial push together, and then once they're inside, splitting up and taking their different entry points, making sure that those roamers are gone and everyone has a clear understanding of what's going on. Same play of Yoshi Cass running straight in and taking control of certain areas. In this case, it's Aviator.
Bomb located by
Taking the Aviator, making sure to check that red stairs. Would have been expected to see a roamer sitting on, lurking on, or around. They've spotted one up near main stairs in bar. Doesn't quite manage to hit that shot, rotating off that location. Getting pinched just a bit by the player in bar. Can't quite make it happen. Gets taken out from that classical 90. Yoshi swinging that with confidence, taking out the Jaeger of Zero Prince. Cass and Yoshi now just pushing through, being droned by the other 3 members of the team. That's one castle down now. Rotate up through from Weasel. Getting the flank. I don't know if there's a drone. No, it's been spotted. Taking Grumpy and just dipping out of there. Not wanting to take on Cass as well. Leaving Cass to then take a little bit of sight control from Alora. Hockey making sure to watch that flank and taking out Weasel on that flank watch as she tried to rotate up that main stairs. Mystique getting that quick little pick onto Cheese, and there goes the use of the Yana drones. Plant going down from Nova. There is no C4s to deny, but there is bullets. There's always bullets to deny those plants. Mystique.
There's a Mystique, and there's no getting past
There is
the
a Mystique. And Mystique takes the last one as well as that double. Make it a triple. Goodbye. Left, right. Good night. And we're on to the round switch. Side switch.
That is correct, Ash. Popping off for Mystique. That was an impressive defense display. waiting until the plant was going down, then taking out the cover from Cass, then the diffuser, ensuring, some situations you can only pick one and you take out the diffuser to buy your team a little more time. Taking them both out just gives you that much more of an advantage. Aruni coming back again. Aruni's been a big player in both matches today. Not just for Rebels, but it seems like Grumpy's going to start bringing her as well on Yoshi. But for the attack, sorry, like just Cass and Yoshi, the wombo combo pushing in, and of the Ashe and Zofia, there isn't a better combination that I've seen. It's just, it works. We've got the droning coming out from the rest of the team, and the confidence of just pushing in, holding those angles, getting your team into position, and executing once you know that everyone's behind you and everyone's got your back, and it's been working from them.
It has been really working for them, but also just wanted to point out before we get too much into this round that was also another FMG smoke.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
Oh
it.
my lord. It was. I forgot. But
Yes.
now we have the shotgun smoke. The more common smoke.
Common garden variety smoke.
Yeah, that is true. MP5 mute, which is still common. You see generally a 50-50 split with mute, depending on what else is brought. If there's no smoke, we bring the shotgun. But we've got the garden variety smoke, and just one of the variants of mutes today. Fairly standard makeup of operators with no Jaeger. We're seeing the Wamai. And no wall denial aside from the mute, which might make it easy to breach from below from the IQ from Allura, and then let the ace do the job from
Gunfire going down in piano, creating that very tight angle onto the player who's playing down red stairs. Another player in sheets as well, as that wallbang comes out from Yoshi. Very nice shots there, just the pre-fire going through, knowing that there's another one potentially in that pottery room. Rotating back up the red stairs, making sure to try and get out of the way so that she can waste a bit more time. But unluckily for her, Weasel's there waiting, takes out that roam from Yoshi. Floor holes coming out from Toki.
holes being made all over the site now. Rotate being made a bit late, but not really a big issue. What is an issue for Toki is being downed from Classical Hallway. Nova not going to assist for the 90 control. Actually, that's not where she was down from. Sorry, that's my bad. Down from below. Makes more sense to me now.
Cheese being able to take out Weasel.
Making this a 3 versus 4 defense-sided.
With 45
round.
seconds left to go. Makes it even more defense-sided with the 4v2 coming out. Nova taking out Allura. Swinging that shield there from the ace, just trying to get that breach open with 30 seconds left. Magnet comes out and grabs the burrito. Can't quite get the shield this time, but gets the swing, gets the shots. Smoke's coming out, denying that entry through that doorway. Cass pushing round, Smoke ending Mystique's run through the site, and Cass finishing off Aussie Ash, who is also trying to make that push through the smoke. Not being able to see, not being able to hear over the coughing noises, but
That's how it be sometimes.
it do be like that sometimes.
Be like that. That last minute rotate as well was not a complete rotate. We saw a couple of punches into the wood at the end, trying to actually crouch through that rotate. Don't know what happened there. Maybe they thought they didn't need a rotate until later in the round, and then thought, okay, I'll put one in. Maybe it's just not common occurrence to have the shotgun smoke, but we won't be seeing that this time. We'll be seeing the frost with I would assume the secondary
Attackers
shotgun,
need to locate and defuse
in
bombs.
the statue trophy hold.
If you got it, might as well bring it.
Exactly. Seeing very similar frost mats immediately from Toki from master bedroom, but now having the hatch open and going all the way around through kitchen to set up below, maybe some frost mats downstairs. Cass reinforcing the angle from 90 to trophy through airlock wall, but main wall still not
10 seconds
reinforced.
insertion.
Trophy wall, sorry, statue wall still not reinforced
seconds to go.
at all.
But they've reinforced off Norway.
Attackers must locate
That
and defuse
airlock
This-
reinforcement is to stop.
This is
the
going
90
to
angle.
be a battle for the ages between Norway versus Airlock. The more established versus the new and improved. That's what this is.
There is no improvement. But that's enough from that, because we could argue all night, and I'm sure we will after this is over. We are 30 seconds into the round with all the rebels spawning together, but splitting up early, going for a 2-3 push, it looks like. Sorry, yes, a 2-3 push. The Iana drone did confuse me, so I thought there was 6 people playing for a second, and that's not allowed.
That would have been an interesting letter to the mods. Why are there 6 players on one team? Cass, just listening, holding an angle there passively, listening to calls, listening to sound cues within the game,
The wall
waiting for
did get
something to
reinforced, I
happen.
believe, did it not? The trophy, sorry, statue wall, I believe it did get reinforced in the end, but it looks like the attackers have control of kitchen side. Zero just missing out on Cheese's head, I believe, that on the Jaeger. As Cheese falls back over to Brown Stairs and goes through study for another flank attempt. This one might be more fruitful than the first. Now Zero's on her toes, not sure where the other person is going. Seems to be making a call.
drone's going out. But no one's on it yet. Just waiting to see if anyone pushes, waiting to see if anyone makes that call. The call sounds like it's being made. Someone droning. Cheese gets the shot onto Zero. That Zafia going down, but sacrificing most of her health for that. Refrag should be coming out soon. Unless Zero can realize that there's a player. Nope. Weasel getting that refrag through Mudroom. Onto Cheese. Cass looking to see if she can get the angle down onto the Ash.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
That's Toki taking out Mystique.
That
The
was
ace.
angle through to walk-in closet, I believe. That's why the wall wasn't fully reinforced.
15 seconds to go. Attackers recovered the
Maybe it was a
diffuser.
bathroom. I'm not too
Attackers
sure,
dropped the
but it
bomb
doesn't matter.
diffuser.
Toki
10
got the
seconds to go.
second kill before being refragged by Weasel on the Ash, who's on a triple but gets refragged by Cass,
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
holding the nice crouch angle behind her shield and gonna wait out the rest of the time in nice, peaceful manners.
I did not even realize that we had gone through that much of the round. It just all was happening.
It was a very back and forth to begin with, as far as power control, until I think that Jaeger pick on Cass. Oh, sorry, on Zero. I remember having Cass on Zofia. On Zero, not able to get the kill even while Jaeger was being pinged was a huge deal. Forcing the full flank and the refrag, wasting a bit of time on the attack right there. So that round was huge for the roamers, just allowing the anchors to sit, waste more time, get a couple of picks as the time ticked down, putting more and more pressure on them.
We're also 4-4. We've got a game.
Got a game.
We've got a game. It's 4-4 here.
Going all the way, hopefully, maybe even in overtime. Who knows? We will see. a much more balanced situation right here on Villa, I think, with some attack strategies prevailing over others, but very convincingly allowing for some defense rounds to do their job the way they're meant to and be adapted
10
quite
seconds left
quickly,
before insertion.
and keeping the scoreline
5 seconds
quite
to
tight.
insertion.
Seeing an upstairs hold, this time the wall reinforced straight away,
Attackers are moving
even
out
though it's
to
not the
locate a
site.
bomb and defuse it.
Reinforced straight away for the upstairs hold to prevent any vertical play from the attackers. It looks like 3 defenders upstairs. 4.
We've been talking a lot about Cass. Have a look at Weasel, going 13 and 7.
Weasel, yeah, wow. I am very impressed. I'm very impressed with these plays recently today. And there's been just a lot of destruction on both sides. There has been a standout performance on both teams in both games so far, and I don't think that's going to change. So Weasel on the Ash is just dominating, even on defense, just dominating. I think that was the
Rooney most of the time.
Rooney,
And then
which
Frost
is,
a couple of times as well.
I was going to say, which is conversely what Cass is playing now, but Weasel just taking out the Cass, taking out the Rooney, who's being played by Cass. And Yoshi.
Weasel being taken out by Yoshi on that refrag. There's another one in the pantry there. Yoshi should know that and is holding the angle onto it. Nova also grabbing that angle as well, trying to get that little bit more to flush her out. Yoshi sees that, just doesn't quite hit the shot. A little bit slow, but there's Pixel. There's not much you can do with that unless there's a call and a pre-fire.
Looks like
Fuso's in the hands of Mystique there, who's trapped in that pantry area. Drone's going out and looking to see if it's clear. Defenders watch keenly on that. Hits Mystique a couple of times. Now stuck more into pantry. Frag goes out. Doesn't quite connect onto Yoshi, having relocated to avoid it. Mystique getting downed in the pantry. Probably from the cross angle. Alora going across to pick up Mystique.
that cross angle from Nova becoming dangerous for the attackers stuck in pantry, while Cheese takes out Zero for the flank to help out the rest of the attackers, but Alora taking out Yoshi, keeping the numbers even with her Black Ice right there. Great skin for a great gun. Going in for the plant a bit early without any smokes or any cover, and dropping Diffuser on site right next to the bomb.
A bit unsure whether the table there was known to have been broken before that plant tried to go down. That cover all being lost. Angle from Cheese onto the pantry that's being held all round. That pantry just being a very fantastic funneling point for Grapes to just hold.
Yeah, I think that point where Nova was holding, Tetris, sorry, I couldn't think of the call for a second. Tetris is very weak to vertical attack, but after the attackers, Rebels saw that the amount of pressure that they would have to fight against to take that vertical, they thought we'll just take site. We'll take site and wait for the Romans to come back, have the post-plant situation. But after they lost a few, it just fell apart there, allowing that Tetris hold to create crossfires from every angle. There was nowhere that they could push from without having the angle held by Nova. So a great core strategy, and I think Nova was the only person not upstairs at the start of the round, already playing that angle, already playing in that position, the power position on the side.
Putting that standard shield on the top of the brown stairs there. Rotates being made
10 seconds to insertion.
with smoke shotgun. Garden variety smoke once again. But it's effective and it works.
Are moving out to
If
locate
it ain't
a bomb
broke,
and defuse it.
don't fix it.
Exactly. No one will ever. The only time the Garden Variety Smoke will have to be changed is when the SMG-11 gets nerfed. When that happens, we'll be seeing a lot more FMG-9 and a lot less SMG-11. But until that day, Smoke will reign supreme. Smoke Mute combo will reign supreme.
As the preferred rotate creators and general nuisances of the defense.
I think, yeah, as you say, preferred rotate creators, I think now with the trio being Smoke, Mute, and Aruni, that Mute doesn't need that shotgun anymore.
No wall is safe.
No wall is safe, but the drones coming out to take out Yoshi is, I believe, that there was 3 drones up there just watching, giving calls. So Yoshi dips out as quickly as she can, down into kitchen, into the protective arms of Cheese, watching the flank. As
He's still looking for that pick.
Bomb located by
Holding a
attackers.
long angle down at the bottom of Astro stairs.
I think that was a
Zero.
C4 that went out, or a nade as well in the Astro, or was that just me?
I don't believe it was a C4, no. The C4s are still in the pockets of Grumpy and Nova. Both have one in the pocket.
It was a
Yoshi-
breaching charge, my bad.
Yoshi running the barbed wire rather than the C4 on the Aruni. The site just coming under attack. Yeah.
Ash being able to take out the Aruni, the roam game taken away from Yoshi, but there's still one roamer left, and they are aware. Rebels are aware there's still another roamer. There's still sound coming through the floor, and I assume flank watch cam is being set up with 45 seconds left. One defender offsite could make the difference of the flank watch coming up red or coming up Astro, while the rest bunker down and hold off that push as long as they can.
Nova with a C4 in hand, waiting just behind the bar for the call to come out to throw it through the doorway and hopefully get a pick on. Plant is going down. Plant's going down behind Vault Door.
The Cass taking 2. Not enough to secure it straight away, but almost. Cass on a triple kill, getting on the diffuser, while Laura tries to take the last few defenders out, but unable to, as she is taken out, given the diffuser straight back. And that is around defenders. There was a my sound, but I did not hear it because my sound is not on. I cannot hear game sound, which sucks. But yeah, that was a very, very quick interaction between the two teams right there. The attackers able to surprise with a diffuse plant going down behind Vault Door, but not having any of it with the grapes. Cass coming through and just reclaiming that site with Wamai, with the MP5K just coming in, deciding that this is mine. No one's walking into AVG without my knowledge.
Mine.
Again, though.
I am going to take it.
Attackers need to locate
I am,
Exactly.
it's
bomb if
mine.
they can.
No one
the
else
Frost
can
coming
have
out again.
it. It seems to be a very common thing that these teams are bringing the Frost for that trophy statuary hold.
I'm almost very surprised that Frost is being used as a 6-pick, because if it's that two Frost mats going in walk-in closet right there. But yes, as a 6-pick is an interesting idea, since if everyone's so common and you know that there's going to be a Frost on the other team, maybe 6-pick someone else. But it's been working for them. Rocky Grapes is up. This is their match point. If this works for them, then
Well,
it's
that's
game right here.
unfortunate. Unfortunate. Toki just took out one of the Alibi's prismas. It was sitting in behind that Astro desk there.
That's
A little bit of
one.
utility already gone.
For an Astro location as well, that is pretty big. You want to get as much information of when the attackers are pushing Astro, since is a key part of your defense when you're holding trophy statue. But four attackers spawning together, and Weasel being the lone wolf here, being droned out by Alora from the other side of the map. Nope, with her. I am getting very confused, but being droned out nonetheless, and taking kitchen control very quickly. Going to wait for the rest of the team to be in position similar to take the gunfight.
You got duped by the Iana drone again. That's where the 4 silhouettes were coming from. We get a pick from Cass onto Zero Prince from 90. Looking at retaking that study, or taking the study, I should say, with the attack. Looking into Vault, just quick peeking into Vault. Wall has been opened, but Yoshi swings out into study and retakes it for the defenders. Another one goes down in main corridor.
Call has been made that the diffuser is down, pings coming out, and defense rotating around to hold that diffuser. That's all they need. They don't need the site anymore since they have the diffuser. New site is back where they want it to be. It is back in AVG, and they can set up their holds just like they want to. As Weasel
and Alora left. Not sure what they can actually make out of it. Weasel pushing up that red stairs, hopefully to catch one onto the 90 or into Norway. Not quite finding one. Knows there's 190. Knows one could swing. Gets found out. One behind vault door. Little sneaky behind that vault door. Moved now.
Left on 50% with 4 enemies to take out. You could siphon up that health to 10 health per enemy, and it's very possible here. But with 30 seconds left, unlikely to be able to convert. Shots
10
going
health,
out.
10 health and 7 seconds per enemy. Go.
It does not work. Unfortunate for the Rebels right there. Good work from Grapes, taking Villa away from them in a 7-4 victory. As you said, we had a 4-4 game.
And then Grapes stormed away with it.
Grapes heard you and they thought, no, we're not going to overtime. We're not going 5-5. We're taking it right here. And they did. You see here, Cass being the powerhouse, 17-2 right there. And Weasel, I'm not going to leave that one leave that one unspoken. 15-2. Even for a loss, you might be disappointed that you don't get the tick next to your team name, but 15-2, you'd be proud nonetheless.
Both incredibly strong scores there.
Yeah,
from both teams there, and it's unfortunately for the Rebels, the scorelines just do not reflect how well they did play. In both of those games, the scorelines just don't reflect how well they played. They did put up an incredibly strong fight against both the Grapes and the Wrens. Grapes, I think, coming off that win from that last round that we'd had just before, definitely put their mental game in a better spot than what Rebels would have been in. And it is hard, but reset for next week, because definitely did incredibly well.
Yeah, you said it perfect. They had great rounds. There was nothing that you would, a few things here and there that changed the decider, changed what happened in the end of the round, but nothing that completely could have been reworked, nothing that needed to be rehauled. They just missed out on their 1s and 2s. And you're gonna, I'm sure they're gonna look back at the games and be disappointed in the outcome because they got so close. But they've got to take out the silver lining of they got close in every round. There were a few rounds which didn't go their way, which clearly didn't go their way, and those are the rounds you need to look at. The ones that were so close just need a bit more fine tuning, and then they would have had it. But you can't. They did very well against the Cass and Yoshi duo. Like
the power duo of Cass and Yoshi.
Duo. Yeah.
Droning each other in, moving throughout the map as if they owned the place, not taking any prisoners, and just, it's mine. I'm here now.
I'm here. You can leave. They think they went 4-2 in defense Rebels. So they basically stopped it for the majority of the time. The first 2 rounds were caught off guard, I assume, which anyone would be in that situation. Within 10 seconds, they've got the 2 strongest fraggers, being Ash and Zofia, in their house, in their face already. You would be caught off guard there, so they quickly adapted to
Just
that.
wandering into the kitchen, grabbing themselves a glass and pouring themselves a drink.
Exactly. So there shouldn't be anything that they're disappointed with here. But again, no Flores.
We spoke about it so much last round and last week. And
here are the rounds from this week. Some matches still have not finished, so that's what we're seeing here. This is the updated version. So for round 1, we saw Rens take out Rebels, but Skyfire in a close game taking out Fallen Angels with 5-7. And then Grumpy, we mentioned, had a blast against Silex, going 7-2, same as Quacked, going 7-1, showing the dominance in those games, just controlling those and probably feeling very confident about their next games, which Grumpy did, and we might see Quacked being the same. If Quacked take out this game as convincingly as the first, then they will be a surefire position for first right now. That would be 4-0 with a great lead in points if they're able to control this map as well. If not, then we'll see some shifting in the ladder in the scores right now, but we will see at the end of the week.
it also is going to be very interesting seeing where Viking and Rens end up after this week, how this next game goes, because as we spoke about at the start before the games went through, Viking was up to 2 wins to no losses, and then they lost against the other team that was 2 wins, no losses in Quacked. And then Rens have just won their match, so they're now 2 wins and 1 loss. Same as Vikings, so it's going to come down to that round difference, and Vikings was 1 round behind Quacked.
Yeah, there's a lot of 1 rounds, 2 wins, 2 losses. There's a lot of numbers going up, but again, we'll see what happens at the end. First week, second week, a lot of things can change. I'm sure we're all familiar with how the standings work in the couple of weeks. You think you've got a handle of things, and then halfway through the season, another team just comes up and gets on a roll. They learn something new, they try a new strat, and it just works. So things can change all up until the last week. All they got to do is get within the top half, and then they'll be able to, as we can see, or they have to be in the top half by the end of the group stages. Then they can still take it out from there.
So this is the league format. We've got 8 teams, and we're in the group stage at the moment. Week 2 is where we are. All of them best of ones. At the end of that, the top 4 teams go into the finals, and that's have the semi-finals, almost a seeding. We have A and D, B and C.
Yeah, so there's a lot of letters going out in there, but it's the seeding positioning of where people end up. At the start of the season, it's all randomized, as far as I'm concerned. But in the finals, it's 1 through 4, A, B, C, D, and that's how you decide who goes where to go into the finals. And then after that, you can fight it out for third, but the one everyone's interested in is the fight for first, which will be, again, I say this every week because I think it is every week we have great games, but everyone's here for the end game. Everyone's here for the winning. No one's here to just half-ass it. We're all going all the way. So we'll see.
In saying that as well, everyone's also here to have fun. Everyone's here to have fun. Everyone's here to
fun. But when you win, you have a little bit more fun. We all know that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad. But what's your final verdict of the games, and how did you think they went? Both games.
I think they were a lot closer than the scorelines showed. I said it before, and I'm sticking with that. That they were a lot closer than the scorelines showed. It's
for sure. I think Rebels they really shouldn't be disappointed in themselves. I know a lot of teams would be with 2 losses, but they were close games, and I think these are the games that you want to look at and improve on because they were so close, so you can actually pinpoint the points that you need to improve on.
And these are the games you learn the most in as well.
Exactly. But I think will do it for us tonight here on the community stream. Last week we didn't do it, so I'm going to do it for Kilo. Is you see, wait, it's over here below his name. Below his name.
Pointing close enough to it.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
And it's that way for
yeah.
getting
Go say hi to Kilo on Twitter.
That one.
And I'm sure he'll be very thankful, and he'll say hi back. I'm somewhere down here, but it doesn't really matter.
Make sure you do the same for Alska. Pester him on Twitter. Make sure you show him some love. Needs some love in these times.
Yeah, it's very tough for everyone. But we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. And again, thank you, XP, for having us. We'll be here as long as we can. Everyone, thanks for sticking by. We'll catch you another time.
Stay safe, everyone.
Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain. Keep on grinding till we die. Ain't no mercy in this life. There's nowhere left to run away.
Keeping it all in check. Obviously, both teams were very happy to get into a matchup between the two of them, and going for a vast, expansive library of puns. But apart from that, we are going to be actually seeing a return onto the church and arsenal. It seems like Skyfire are well aware that they could have done a job way better. They are bringing in Pulse in play. Not only that, it's a Pulse with the M2